Hello, everybody, and welcome to Pump Up the Value with your website and app. We're going to talk to you today about how to set up your website in Command and how it integrates with your app, show you how the app works, all of the things. I'm Samantha Key. I'm the Market Center Tech Trainer for Little Rock, Arkansas, and I'm joined today with Jody. Tell us about yourself.
Hi, I'm Jody Cantrell, and I'm actually the Market Center Tech Trainer out of Joplin, Missouri.
Woohoo! Woohoo! Okay, let's get started. I guess I should be in my home screen. I'm going to share my screen with you guys so you can see. So when you log into your Command, how you're going to get to your website and configuring all of that is by going down to this Consumer tab at the very bottom of your Applets tabs here. So as you can see, there is no website created for this command page. So we need to go to site and app settings up on the top here. And then we need to learn more with Kelly Guides. We're going to create the agent site. Great. So now we're going to pick our subdomain, what we want our website to be called, the themes. We're going to create some pages. So let's get started. So Jody, why don't you walk us through what's happening over here in this page?
So this is actually your very first home page when you are logging in to Command and creating your website. So the subdomain. So I know that for my Market Center, a lot of agents are like, I have no idea. So my suggestion to them is always, especially if you're an individual agent, is just start with your name. So for example, mine would be jodycantrell.kw.com, right? Because the cool thing about the subdomain is you can go back and change that at any point in time if you wanted to. So if you wanted something a little more clever, you could go back and change that and update it to whatever you want it to be. But starting with your name is always a good start. And then your marketing profile information. So if you've already gone into your command settings and set up your marketing profile, this is actually going to pull a whole bunch of information for you. So if you want to go ahead and click on that, Sam. I guess you have to hit claim domain, right? Because you want to make sure that it's available to you. So congratulations, you have a domain, right?
We did it. So this is the information that we put in earlier. We decided that Dwayne The Rock Johnson was going to be a realtor with Keller Williams.
Yes, he has joined the #1 company. So way to go, Dwayne. All right, so back to the marketing profile information. So like I said, this will actually pull in from your command settings if you've gone in and put in your information in the marketing profile. If not, you can easily punch in that information. So your name, your contact information, your Market Center information, all kinds of stuff like that. It does require you to have some specific information. And you'll notice that with the address, it requires address line 1 and line 2. So in the case that maybe your Market Center doesn't have an address line 2, I always take, like, our address is 619 South Florida Avenue. I actually just take the word avenue and put it in line 2. That's how I get around that for the website in this case. So and then, of course, you want to put in your brokerage name. So what is your legal name according to your state? So in my office's case, it's Keller Williams Realty of Southwest Missouri. So you want to make sure that you're putting in that legal name so you are following policies for your Market Center. Mm-hmm. What else do we have there? Job title, you can use the word realtor, you can use the word agent, whatever you want to put your job title as in there. And your email, is that what that says at the bottom?
Yeah, email.
Email. Like I said, some of this will carry over from your marketing profile information. So you see that she's gone in and already filled that out. So it's pulling in some of that information for you. But if it's not correct, you have the ability to go and change it here as well. License information, and then a biography. So once again, agents are always like, what do I write here? So just to get them off the ground, I always just say, okay, why don't you just put licensed agent in Missouri for the time being? Right. You can always go back and change this information. So if you're just wanting to quickly get a website up and running so people can start utilizing that and making profiles on your website, then just put in something very, very brief there. So
I have decided that Dwayne's profile is let me guide you to crushing offers and getting the prize.
Yes.
I feel like that was appropriate for him.
I feel like you should say, do you smell what The Rock is cooking in your next home? No.
In a different class. So I think this is, make sure you have your compliance. That is the next section. Ours is each office is independently owned and operated. Mm-hmm. If you have a broker license number, that can be put in here. You just want to make sure that you have whatever is compliant with your state.
Right. And then there's compliance legal footers, which, of course, if you don't have those, you can take those out. There is a little trash can icon there by that.
Bam. Don't need them.
And then we see that it pulls in our marketing profile pictures. But once again, if you haven't set up that profile, you can easily put in your portrait and your logos in there as well. So
absolutely.
It does give you the ability to add in social media links. So if you have a Facebook page, Twitter, Instagram, anything like that you want to share to the world and have included on your website, you can include those links there as well.
And it gives you the link to your app.
Yes.
Which is connected to this.
Yes, so that's the cool thing is it automatically put your app information in there, and each individual agent has their own unique app link so that they can share with whoever they want to share it with. So
absolutely. Right. Okay, let's save and continue.
All right, so here's where we get to be a little bit unique with our websites. We can start by picking whatever theme. So there are only 2 themes. Do you want to be red or do you want to have a darker theme? So totally personal preference, but once again, all of this can be changed later if you decide that you want to update your website to a red or black theme. So
I'm going to stick with Keller Williams red.
Look at you. I always go for the dark theme myself, but that might just be my personality. I don't know. All right, and then your home page text. So this is the text that shows up over your search bar there. You can see in the example right now, it says find your dream home. But I think The Rock would be a little more clever.
Yeah.
What do we think he would say?
My brain just went, I don't know, Dwayne Rock. Let's rock your home search.
There you go. Love it. I think that's exactly what he would say. Rock your home search.
Rock your home search here.
And now when you're searching for a home on Dwayne Johnson's website, he's going to tell you to rock your home search.
That's right. He is.
Perfect. There are pictures already uploaded for you. So if you don't have anything that you want to include on your website as of right now when you're first building it, it's already built for you. You can delete pictures, you can add pictures. It does give you the option to only add up to 5 images though. So if you wanted to upload an image, there's that upload button and you can easily add whatever images that you would like to include. I know one thing when I'm telling agents when they're building their website, is to probably take out the bottom picture because we don't live in San Francisco and that kind of is San Francisco-esque. So
it's very true. It's very true.
Yes.
Okay, save and continue. What shall be next? Customizing your site.
Yes. So company profile. So this can be a mix of things. I have agents where they talk about Keller Williams itself, and then they talk about their side of their business, so their team or their individual real estate business, right? Mm-hmm. I've had people where they've built it out and they've talked about commercial real estate and residential real estate. So you can customize this to be whatever you want it to say. It doesn't even have to say company profile if you don't want to have it say company profile. So it can basically be a page of whatever you want it to be. Or if you didn't want to have it on your website at all, you could hit the word skip there at the bottom and it would take that website page off of your website altogether.
Bam! Let's just skip.
Perfect, because we want to get this up and running, right? Because that's the goal, to give people the ability to search very quickly, right? So this next page is just to contact us. You'll see, so this is just where your consumers can easily go in there and that contact form going to send you an email and a notification in your command account that somebody's trying to reach out to you, right? And ask you a question or something like that. One thing I do want to note on the right there where we are looking at our navigation to fill out the information, right now we're under search engine optimization. So that has to do with more of getting found on Google than anything or any content on your website itself. So this is where you would want to put in those keywords such as real estate and maybe the city that you live in or home search or things like that. You kind of have to think of like a consumer. What are they going on Google and searching for when they're looking for real estate, right?
Yes.
And then if you wanted to change the content of the page itself, you'd hit that navigation there that says content, and this is where you can change that information for those. So yeah, you'll see this one says contact body and text or something like that. So please make sure you're updating that so you don't have some weird text on your page. But other than that, there's not really much information that you have to include on this contact us page because those other boxes are where the consumer will fill out their information. So
sweet. Save and next. We did it. What's next? We did it.
Done. Oh my gosh.
That was so fast. That was like 10 minutes. We had a website going.
And now we can start sharing that with whoever we want to share it with, right?
Yeah.
We can put it on business cards because we have a subdomain. I hear a lot, and I'm just going to kind of put a caveat in there of what about having a domain? Like if you go to Google or GoDaddy.com and you want to purchase a domain. So there's not a way to actually map those right now, but you could go within those settings and actually forward it to your subdomain. So if somebody went in there and typed in, I don't know, DwayneJohnson.com, it could just forward it to this DwayneJohnson.kw.com. So that is the way that if you wanted to purchase that domain, and purchasing a domain actually helps you get higher on a Google search anyway. So that's something to think about when you're building your website. Yes. So like I was saying earlier, you could always go back and make those changes to your marketing profile information, your biography, anything like that. You can add pages, you can remove pages. So once we get out of this Kelly guide, it actually takes us back to the consumer app where we can see all of our pages that have been built and we can include new pages.
And this is where, so like once you've done this, this is how you get in here to change this. So you just hit those site and app settings and it'll take you through here. You can change those pictures. You can change the URLs, your subdomain. You can get your link here for your app. You can also add featured listings, which is super cool. If you have listings, they'll show up here, or you can search for others if you have friends that would let you market their listing. You can change your theme here, and then this is where you can add more pages once you've created them.
Yes. So yes, if you want to make your website just a little bit more unique to you, you can easily create a new page, and it gives you all cool things that you can use for your pages. So they're called widgets in the case of building a page. So let's go ahead and kind of show them what that looks like, Sam.
Yeah, so I just went to create page. I kind of did it super fast. I wasn't talking about it. Let me go back. Create a new page, and then on my agent site, and we're going to hit create page. Now we're in the page creation form part of command, and we can just drag and drop these pre-designed widgets to do kind of whatever we want. So this is a team one. We can do, I really like the testimonial capture form. Your people can put a testimony about you, and then you can have a page where those testimonies like scroll or as part of a list. If you have reviews from other places, you can put those in here too, just by going to that page on your website and adding those in. Here's the testimonial carousel. So it'll show those. Let's do the capture form just so I can show you. So now that we've selected the widget we want to use, we're going to go down here at the bottom to configure widgets. And now we can like change the text that will be seen on this page. So this currently doesn't have any headline text, and we're going to change it to leave a review. And then you have a, oh, I put that in the wrong spot. team name is The Rock Team. If you don't have a team name, you can put your name there. And the headline is going to be leave us a review. This has like a predetermined description in here, but I don't believe it saves. So you can write down what you want your description to be. Please leave us a review. Please leave us a review to let us know how we did. Your experience. Sounds better. You can add a headline here. I'm just going to take the same one from what's already over there. How would you rate your experience? And this, you can customize this to say whatever is more personable to you. And then you can give them a review placeholder text. So like if you're prompting them on what kind of review you want them to leave, like how did the agent do? Did you find your dream home? You can put this in here and it'll like show up in the review part before they text us, like kind of give them ideas on like how to, what kind of review to leave or like questions to answer.
Yeah, a little prompt for them, basically.
Yeah. And then we just hit save and apply. And now this is what our thing looks like.
Yeah.
So then you would just hit save changes. And we're going to add a page. And now, I didn't change the title of the website when I was creating it. That's good. We can change it here. So you can create the title page. You can put in what the backslash of the URL will be. And then you want to put those same kind of descriptions in here. Review, real estate, The Rock. And then you just hit save. And now this page is going to show up on your website. So it's here.
Okay. So we're noticing that they're great. So one thing to note, if you want to go back to the site and app settings there, Sam, is that after you build your website, there's a little toggle that you'll want to make sure turns on and is green. And this is how you know that your website is live and active for people to actually visit. So if it's showing up white like it was before, if somebody types in your subdomain or your domain that you might have forwarding to your subdomain, it's just going to take them to the kw.com instead of your website. So make sure that you are turning that setting on before you go sharing your website.
Yes. That is great. Thank you, Jody.
You're
welcome. Is there anything else about, you can also create like one-off pages. So if you want to do a landing page for an open house or for a particular property, or you just an event that you're having, you can create that here by just doing create a new page. And then you can add agent branding, a header. You can add all these different things. You can put in listing information. So now you can share all the details about the home that's a part of your open house.
Can we configure that widget real fast? Because I want to make a point on the listing there as well.
Absolutely.
So with the listing widget, the cool thing is that Command is actually tied into each individual market center's MLS. So you should be able to go and search any property that is on the MLS and add that as the listing. And it's going to populate those pictures for you. It's going to populate in that information about that home as well. So
what's a listing that you've got in your market center, Jody, that we could...
Now you're putting me on the spot.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Let's see if I can find one real fast here.
You can also pick one there, and it will like kind of this one. These are all from Iowa City, So if we wanted to do that, put in.
Let's go with.
Well, I am able to search by the city, so I just like typed in Joplin, Missouri, and all of these listings popped up. Let's see, is there a super cute one? This one looks cute. What about 605 North Joplin?
Yeah, why not?
That's a Keller Williams agent, right chair. Sorry, my computer is being slow now, guys.
We put it to work.
It's like, what's happening? Why are you making me do things? There it goes. There it goes. It's going. It's going. It had to be like, you can do it.
Yeah, right.
You can do it. It's still going. What else can you potentially use these things for? You can add a page for your app so that like people can click on that part of your website and then it'll direct them to download your app. Okay, we did it. Here we go. So now you can see that it has all of the images from the listing. So we can just click on one of these and that will be the listing image. And hit.
Why?
Come on.
Trust.
I'm gonna have to make Jody log in on something. I have to switch share screens. Save and apply. It's always that when you're doing a tech demonstration that like the things you need to work don't ever work the way that
they tell you for sure. Happens all the time.
Every time I teach a class. It's working. It's coming now. You can do it. Nope.
Does not like us today.
It doesn't like us. Well, if my computer would work, it would input and populate all of the information into this page.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so landing pages are really good for just advertising a single listing, or an open house is really good because you could put that lead contact form on there and have your people just enter the information. The other cool thing about that is it actually puts them, if they're not in your database already, as a new contact in their database when they're filling out those lead contact forms on your website and your landing pages. So one thing to note is if you are on a team and you want to use that team widget for a page on your website, if you want to go back and show that real fast. So this will actually pull in all of the agents on your team if you want to, which we're not a part of a team, so we're not going to see that information. And they actually have to have their Market Center profile set up as well in their own Command account. So that's where that information pulls from, is their marketing profile in Command. So
you do have to select your team down here at the thing. So now that I've selected my team, all of my people are showing up.
And and you can pick and choose of who you want to actually show up on that team page. So
we'll pick Natalie because I know her. She won't mind being a part of our demonstration.
There you go. And you see it'll easily put in her marketing profile.
Yep. Bam.
So do you want to show the consumer side after we've built our website, Sam, to kind of give them a look of what it's going to look like when they go through?
Yeah. Let me go to this one. Stop it. So this is a website that I bid out for another agent that's in my Market Center. And so she has an About Me page that tells her clients more about her. She has a Download Her App page, which is a widget. She has the Leave the Review testimonial capture. These are the testimonials that we've had come in or we've input. And then this is Advanced 2.0. We were able to input her Homekeeper blogs into her website.
Yep.
So get with your Market Center tech trainer about how to do that.
Yeah. So there are some cool things that you can add additionally to your website to make it a little more unique to you. So,
and when we input those social links when we were creating it, so that is on her page too. So you can just click here and go directly to her Facebook, and you can see what she's doing in the market.
Perfect. I love it.
So, super cool.
So we literally took about 5 minutes to build that website.
We did.
Yeah, it doesn't take hardly any time at all. You can have very basic information for it and then go back and edit those things after a while if you decide you want to make those changes. So,
yes. One thing I will say about featured listings is that if you do decide to have featured listings on your page, you do have to like periodically update them because they will just sit there. Like they don't.
They just hang out.
They just hang out. They don't like automatically get put on there, and they don't necessarily automatically go away.
Yeah.
So you'll have to update that part of your website. But that's a great way to keep your website changing and doing something new.
Yep.
Is by and I think she has featured listings. So let me show you what that looks like on the bottom of her website. So here are all of her featured listings that she has. So see, needs to be updated because this house is not for sale anymore and this house is not for sale anymore. So just keep an eye on those so you have actual homes for sale on that.
No, but it might be a great way to be like, hey, I sold these homes.
That's true. You can do it that way too. Pick your path. Pick your path.
That's right.
And when they click on these, it'll take them into your website branded to you. For that specific property. So now all of your branded website information for that property, they can just click on it.
Fun. Lots of great information from there too on your listings because it comes directly from the MLS.
It does. And it connects to the app.
Yes.
So as I'm like trolling her and to command. So Kathy, this agent that I've like signed in, I guess I'm not signed in. But if I was signed into her website with my contact information that's in her command, she would get a notification that I had clicked on this website and was like, or clicked on this listing and was perusing around. You can also from within here look at the neighborhood. You can check out some commute times. There's nearby school information, and then kind of get a mortgage estimate down there, which is super cool. And you can contact the agent directly from the page.
And one of my favorite things on the website and within the app itself is if you scroll down to where her contact information is that schedule a video tour or schedule an in-person tour. So your consumers can go on there and schedule a tour with you, and you get that notification that they're interested in seeing that home, right?
Nice.
Those are really cool things that they can do on your website and app.
That's super cool.
Which I think is a great segue into the app, right?
Let's talk about the app.
Yes, let's talk about it. So I'm going to show you some cool things. Normally I would go and say, this is how you build these things out for your app, but I'm actually going to do the reverse and talk about some of my favorite things within the app. As soon as I can find my share screen here. All right, so this is the app, and I've actually already logged into my account itself. Normally when you first download the app, it's going to ask you to create an account as if you were a consumer. So if you are downloading this as an agent and trying to brand it to yourself, you just create an account as if you were a consumer and then find yourself as your own agent, right? So you can easily share it with your people. So some of my favorite things about the app, 3 favorite things about the app, besides the fact that it ties into every single MLS and you can get listings from everywhere, right? Mm-hmm. Is that it's branded to you as an agent. And there's a couple of different things that I mean by that. So at the bottom, there's this button that says more. If I click it, you'll see at the top, it is branded to my agent. So in this case, it's Seth Dermott. I've gone in and selected him as my agent. But of course, if you were the agent downloading the app yourself, you would select yourself as your agent and it would be there. And I can hit view profile and it's going to give me all of his contact information. So once again, this ties into your command marketing profile. So you want to go into your settings and make sure that you have that set up correctly, and it'll pull in that information automatically for you. If you are just doing it and hopping back in the app to see if it's updated, it does take a little bit for it to update. So don't feel like it's a right away kind of thing. So, But you see here, I can easily contact him in any way by clicking his phone numbers or hitting email, or I can even refer him out. So if I wanted to share this app with somebody else, maybe I have a friend that's also looking into real estate, I can hit refer and share that with somebody else in my own sphere, my consumer sphere, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's go back. The other thing that I mean by completely branded to you is also at the bottom, there's this little button that says guide. And with each consumer, they get a buying and selling guide that you as an agent could go over there and update to say whatever you want it to say. So you can move these tiles around. You can change the information within each tile. So let's say I'm looking at tour homes, right? All this text is already in there for you. It's already been updated by KWRI, but you can go in there and make it say whatever you want it to say. And that way it's completely customizable to you as an agent. The other cool thing, which is a 2.0 class, is the ability to embed videos within this guide for your buyers and sellers, right? So how cool would it be? Yeah, how cool would it be for you to just go make a generic, hey, congratulations, you're under contract. These are the next steps of the process of buying a home, and embedding that within your buyer's guide, right? So something to think
That
about.
would be so cool. Next level agent, mastermind, how to embed videos.
Exactly. So completely customizable. You can change the pictures out if you want to. You can change the text and say whatever you want. You can add additional tiles in here for your buyers and sellers. So we'll kind of talk about that and setting that up. So that's my first favorite thing, is branded to you as an agent. My second favorite thing is it gives you insights to your consumers as an agent. So if I've gone in here and created a profile on my app, or created a profile on your website, now you're tracking the things that they're looking at. So if they're looking at 123 Main Street, you're going to see that on their contact card within your database. If they're hiding listings, if they're liking listings, you get all of that information, and that can help you base your conversations with those people and start setting them up on things like saved searches and everything. Mm-hmm. Which brings me into my third favorite thing about the app, and this is the consumer side. So I said it was completely customized to be branded by you, the agent, but it's also completely customizable for your consumers as well. So some really, really cool things here is, as I'm searching for properties, maybe I have a certain price point that I want to hit, right? So between, if I can get my toggle to move here, 110 and let's just say 320 for the sake of learning, right? Or 260 in this case. I can hit done, and now it's only going to pull up those listings within that price range, right? I can also filter out by property type. So if I only want to look at houses, and there's additional filters in here as well. So maybe I want at least 2 bedrooms and maybe at least 1 bath, right? So I can add all of these filters in here, and then I have the ability to save that as my own saved search. So I can hit save here, and I can create my own saved search as a consumer, but also the agent can go in there and create saved searches for those people as well. But I can come in here and create whatever kind of saved search, and then it gives me notifications when listings within that criteria come up right off the MLS. It actually can send me a push notification from the app itself, or it can send me an email with that information as well. So I could hit save, and now I have a new saved search for myself within my criteria. The other thing is that I can draw on here as well. So there's this little draw button here in the corner up where I save. I can just draw an area, and now it's only going to target those listings within that area based also on my filters. So that is another saved search that I could create for myself too, if I have additional things that I want to do. So definitely completely customizable to your consumers. And I'm going to throw a fourth one in there. I know I said only 3, but within the app, there are so many cool tools in here for your consumers to use. So if I hit more down there, exactly where I found my agent information, and scroll down, I see all these tools for Keller Covered, where I can learn about Keller Covered insurance and apply and get quotes for that. I can go to Keller Mortgage and apply for a loan and go through the loan approval process if I want to, or refinance my home. And then I have an affordability calculator, so I can know exactly how much I will be spending on a home based on my criteria. So all kinds of cool tools in there for your consumers. So definitely be sharing this out with your sphere and your database, because one, you're going to get those insights from those people, and we can show you what that looks like. Sam, do you know any agents on your PC that have the app shared out with anybody?
I don't, but I can really quickly get into a different agent website. And
I was going to say, I do have one pulled up on my side if we needed it. So there are other buttons down here at the bottom. So once your consumers are creating saved searches, if they hit saved, they're going to see all the saved searches that have been created for them and this listings that they have saved for themselves as well. And if I click on the listing, just much like it was on the website, I get all the listing information for that home. I have the ability to go directly to Keller Mortgage there and Keller Insurance as well. I get property information. It tells me where it's located on a map. If I'm looking for a home that is specifically close to my job or a school, I can actually add a place and look at commute times with that. That is really, really handy. So I'd hit add a place and type in the address that I am looking for. And then near the bottom, it just gives me nearby schools, mortgage payment information, activity on the home, so I can see who else has been looking at this specific listing as well, and then additional listings that kind of match that criteria of that listing. So,
Jody, you may have to log in. Sorry.
No worries. All right, so I'm actually going to switch from the app here and go back to my command login. So let's see here.
Real time, guys. We're feeding you information in real time.
All right, so on the agent side, if I go in and find that contact within my database, like I said, if they're not in your database already, if they go in and create an account, it will pull up as a contact within your database. So you see here, my name is there. You also see that it marks me as a lead, and it tells me that I have an agent site connection with this little green check mark, right? And then once we're in the contacts card, now it's going to tell me on my timeline of all the things that I've been looking at within that app that we were just on. So it tells me, hey, I viewed these listings, and hey, I made a saved search for myself, all kinds of information that I'm getting from that consumer on the app.
You can also, they can send you messages from the app when they say ask an agent. So if there's a specific like home that they're looking for and they're like, hey, what do you think about this? Why is this price so low? It'll send that message into the timeline in their contact card, and you'll get a notification and you can immediately respond back to them.
Yes, correct. So super handy. That way you're not letting your people slip through your fingers, and you can easily communicate with them, whether they're on the app or your website. So, All right, so let's talk about editing that consumer guideline for your app. So once we go back to where we were at to build our website, we can come in here and go to Guide Builder. And you'll see here it gives us buying and selling guide. So if I hit the three dots here by the buyer guide and hit edit guide, now I have the option to come in here and customize these tiles. So typically when you come in here, I think it says start touring homes or start your search first. In our market center, we really push that our consumers get pre-approved. So this agent in particular has come in and moved this tile up and down, which you can easily do by clicking this little, I don't know, this little tab here by that tile and moving it in whatever direction that you want to move it, right? Because sometimes you might need to move these things around because they're not in the correct order according to your business or the way that you do the buying process. You can also add additional steps if you want to by hitting add a step at the bottom and adding that additional card in there if you want to. And then if we click on any one of these cards, so I'm going to hit start your search, I can come in here, and this is where I can edit the pictures within here, and I can edit the text that appears on those cards as they are in the consumer guide. So I can come in here and change this information to say whatever I want to. And like I was saying, in app 2.0, this would be where you can easily embed those videos for your consumers as well that show up in your guide. So, and then once you've made your changes, you can hit save changes, and that will get updated to every individual app that is branded to you. So the other thing in here is it does have an introduction. So once you have a brand new person on your app and they go to the buying and selling guide for the first time, you might want to write them a nice little message saying, hey, welcome to your home buying guide, or hey, welcome to your home selling guide. So some cool little things that you can do to make it just a little more branded to you as an agent.
Love that. Love, love, love.
I personally, I love the app. I think it's fantastic. The website is also great, but I think more and more people are doing things mobilely. So having that mobile app right in their hands and ready to go and branded to you is, I don't know, something.
It's so good.
Yeah.
And you can really help I tell clients all the time, like if you're out to eat somewhere in a neighborhood that you really like, open up your app and see what homes are for sale in that neighborhood. There might be something that fits your criteria. You can start a save search for there. You know, as you're living your life, you can see what's happening in real estate from the touch of your hand.
Yes.
Which is amazing.
Super exciting, right? So I could be in Florida and be like, you know what? I want to know what houses are down here in Florida and pull up any listing within the area that I'm in, and it's going to pull this information up for me. So
totally. And agents, as you travel the world and are investigating different like market centers and different locations, like this is a super great way to be up to date with what's happening in your current location, you know, keeping up to date with the market as you travel, or if you're visiting in another town, or, you know, whatever.
Which brings me to another thing is we push a lot for referrals, right? So you might know somebody that moves to a different state. So you could actually set them up for a saved search within that area that they're looking in that other state and get that referral for them. So all kinds of cool things that you can use it for.
So many cool things. Does anybody have any questions? Go ahead and type them into the comments and we can see them.
Yep.
So I'm going to just say, hey friends, any questions? So you know that I'm not lying when I say that I can see them.
So what are your key takeaways from this, Sam? Like if you were a brand new agent or an agent that hasn't really hopped into the website or the app, what is the one thing that you would do right now?
I would for sure set up my app and website and start sending it out to everybody, because that's going to be the best way for me to keep in touch with my people and for my people to keep in touch with me, you know, like, yeah, I'm definitely going to tell people how to set up, like get my app, check out my website, they connect. You can use the same login for both. I do believe there's a smart plan for that.
Yes, there is.
Because everything can connect.
Yes. The other cool thing about the app that we don't really talk about much is if they're going and using those consumer guides and you have them in an opportunity, that actually shows up within their opportunity.
What?
So you can know where they're at. Like if they're checking off, hey, I got approved. Hey, I went under contract. They can mark those things off for themselves and you know where they're at in the process and they know where they're at in the process and everything. So
that's so cool.
That's so cool.
Shout out to Roverick Shields. I hope I said your name right. Who said that they were very new and they appreciate our help. We appreciate that we can help you. We are here for you.
Anytime. This is what we do, right?
This is what we do. This is what I do all day, every day. Is teach people about cool things that the Keller Williams Tech can do.
Yes.
Outside of here, if you have any questions, you can reach. There's lots of cool videos and information on the Facebook group and the YouTube. Reach out to your local Market Center Tech Trainer. If you don't have a local Market Center Tech Trainer, reach out to your Market Center leadership. Thank you. That was the word I was looking for. They can connect you with a tech trainer that can help you do things.
Yes.
Because we all work hand in hand with all of us. In our region. I will help anybody, even if you're not in the state of Arkansas. So
yes, absolutely.
So we're here. Any last thoughts? Jody, do you have any last little nuggets of information that you want to share with us?
I don't see why there wouldn't be a reason you're not sharing your app already. I think that thing is just so powerful for your consumers. It gives you all kinds of insights for them. It gives all kinds of insights for what they're looking at and everything. It's an easy way to connect with them, an easy conversation to have with them, as
Mhm.
they're buying and selling. It's like, hey, I have this really, really cool app.
Mhm.
Download it, and it's going to help you with your home search, or you're going to know what's going on in your neighborhood if you're selling your home. So
Yeah,
definitely
totally.
start sharing that.
Yeah. And people don't have to actively be, this feeds into monthly neighborhood nurtures
Mhm.
as well. This is that same kind of information. You can set them up on a monthly neighborhood nurture, share your app and website with them, and that way they can be, keeping up with the market through you, but on their own.
Yeah.
We're making them independent consumers of our real estate information. And you can see, oh, hey, this person started looking at houses on my app. Maybe I should check in with them and say, hey, I noticed you were on the app looking at stuff. Are you thinking about buying? What's going on? What's happening? Update me on the situation.
Exactly, right? Having a conversation with them based on what they're doing. So
Purposely engaging with them.
that's
So,
right.
okay, I think we're going to go.
Mhm.
So
We're done 15 minutes early, but we were so awesome,
we were just so good that we got done fast, and that's fine.
That's all right.
That's okay. That's totally okay. Share this with everybody that you think needs to know more about the website and app. And we'll see you the next time we teach a class.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Bye. Have a great day, everybody.